The Green Bay Packers lost to the Chicago Bears 22-16 in overtime and cannot clinch a playoff spot this week. What was supposed to be a celebration turned into another disappointing defeat as the Packers failed to capitalize on a golden opportunity to punch their postseason ticket. Last week, Green Bay was forced to watch the Denver Broncos celebrate clinching a playoff spot on the other sideline after Bo Nix and company became the first AFC team to secure their postseason berth. That loss to Denver proved costly, and this week the Packers had hoped to be the ones celebrating, but those celebrations will have to wait. Heading into Saturday night's showdown with Chicago, the Packers had two clear pathways to booking their spot in the playoffs. The primary scenario was straightforward: win over the Bears on Saturday night, combined with a Detroit Lions loss or tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday afternoon, and Green Bay would be in the postseason. The secondary pathway was even simpler. If the Packers tied the Bears on Saturday, they still would have clinched a playoff spot with a Lions loss to Pittsburgh. Neither scenario materialized, as Chicago pulled off the overtime victory, keeping Green Bay's playoff hopes in limbo for at least another week. The betting markets had suggested this would be a tight contest. FanDuel listed the Bears as slight favorites at home by 1.5 points, while the Lions were 6.5-point favorites over the Steelers in Sunday's matchup. The odds makers proved prescient as the game went down to the wire and beyond regulation. The NFC playoff picture heading into Week 16 showed just how competitive the conference had become. The Seattle Seahawks sat atop the standings at 12-3 after their thrilling overtime victory over the Los Angeles Rams on Thursday Night Football. That dramatic comeback win clinched Seattle's playoff spot and gave them breathing room in the wildcard race. Chicago entered the weekend at 10-4, holding down a strong position in the conference standings. The Philadelphia Eagles were 9-5, while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sat at 7-7 as the fourth seed. The Rams, despite their Thursday night loss, remained at 11-4 with their playoff spot already secured. The wild-card race featured intense competition. The San Francisco 49ers held a 10-4 record, just ahead of the Packers at 9-4-1. Detroit lurked at 8-6, still very much in the playoff hunt despite their recent struggles. The Carolina Panthers at 7-7 remained on the fringe of contention. Several teams had already been eliminated from playoff contention, including the Minnesota Vikings at 6-8, the Atlanta Falcons at 5-9, the New Orleans Saints at 4-10, the Washington Commanders at 4-10, the Arizona Cardinals at 3-11, and the New York Giants at 2-12. Within the NFC North division, the standings reflected a fierce four-team battle, though the Vikings had been mathematically eliminated. The Bears led at 10-4, followed closely by the Packers at 9-4-1. The Lions sat at 8-6, still within striking distance of the division lead heading into the final weeks of the regular season. The loss to Chicago complicates Green Bay's path forward significantly. They now must regroup quickly and find a way to secure victories in their remaining games while hoping other results fall their way. The Packers' schedule doesn't get any easier, with challenging matchups ahead that will test their resilience and determination. What makes this loss particularly frustrating for Green Bay is that they controlled their own destiny heading into Saturday night. A victory would have put them in excellent position to clinch with help from Pittsburgh. Instead, they're left wondering what went wrong in overtime and how they let another crucial division game slip away.